That would be funny. That would be funny. Ow. Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the Fireside Chat. And we're having a semi-dog convention to begin with. This, of course, is Snoopy. Mr. Tubbs is not... Oh, my God, that was perfect. Whew. Just made it for the introduction. Mr. Tubbs, we're hoping to train to take that spot, which was held for years by the late, great Otto. Oh, right now, Megan, the possessor of the most famous arm in America, is trying to do it. Well, at least you're getting a glimpse of Otto.
Oh.
No, I mean Otto. I mean of Mr. Tubbs.
Okay.
Yes. Look up Mr. Tubbs. Say hi. All right. Anyway, welcome. It's the Fireside Chat. I'm going to do something I rarely do. I'm going to open up with a question because that will lead to some important opening comments. And then I'll go to the video question and the other questions. So here it is. It actually comes from a young woman named Jenny in Kigali, Rwanda. Rwanda is in East Africa. Hi, Dennis. I'm Jenny from Rwanda. I heard your Dennis and Julie episode. And you should all know that I do this weekly podcast with Julie Hartman called Dennis and Julie. I have no doubt you would love it. You could watch it or you can listen to it. It brings out different parts of me that, as a result of our communication, it's a unique podcast. I heard your Dennis and Julie episode where you discussed most religious people's faith in God being contingent upon receiving his protection from calamities/suffering. I, too, held that belief for a long time and subsequently lost my faith in God after going through a series of personal tragedies in my late teens and early 20s. And I mostly consider myself agnostic now. What do you think is the point of believing in God if he won't intervene when tragedy befalls us? What benefit is there in praying and cultivating a relationship with a God who is supposedly all-loving, all-knowing, and all-powerful, yet watches us suffer without offering any help? Thank you for all you do, because I've learned a lot since I began listening to you last year. Well, now you know why I decided to open up with this question. This is a very, very important subject to me because I believe that people's understanding of God is profoundly flawed. I don't blame them at all. I certainly don't blame you. I believe that a great many people have a flawed understanding of God, and that flawed understanding is what leads a lot of people away from belief in God. So let me begin by saying I never, ever, even as a child, believed that God is there to protect me or anybody else from suffering, including unjust suffering. I have never had that vision of God, and my vision is correct. And I know that almost sounds arrogant because, different people have different visions of God and they're all legit, you might say, but that's not true. And the reason that I say it with such certitude is that I use reason to come to belief. And most people who believe use a combination of what they've been taught, what they're used to, what they want to believe. I call my Bible commentary the Rational Bible for a good reason. My vehicle to God and to understanding the Bible is reason. God gave us reason. He didn't give it to Mr. Tubbs. Mr. Tubbs and any other animal does not have reason. We humans do. We should use it. So on this issue of God being there to protect us from suffering, the reason that at a very early age, I found that untenable is that I knew how much suffering there was in human history, and God allowed it to happen. So when people say they expected God to help them in their suffering, my first reaction is, well, but God didn't help billions of others when they suffered. Why didn't that trouble your faith in God? And I'm not saying this, God forbid, as a criticism or an attack, just as a logical question. I'll give you an example. I may have given this on a fireside chat, but I can't expect you to remember everything I've said. Let me remind you at this point that we need you to go to PragerU to see the rest of the fireside chat. We would like you to start every fireside chat at PragerU because we don't trust big tech. One day they'll just say no more PragerU. Get also the PragerU app. It's the easiest way to access everything at PragerU, or just go to prageru.com. Thanks.